All right, before we do anything, this is whatever I say, don't listen, I don't know what I'm talking about, okay? But use the Google to verify everything that I'm saying, but there's a few things out there I just would like to talk about. And number one is do your own research, because you can really get in trouble by listening to someone like me, especially when you don't even know me. So apparently the West Virginia, not West Virginia. So the channel is going to be about like West Virginia and Pennsylvania, some South Carolina stuff. I'm not really a big fan of South Carolina. I guess it's different. I will say that, but I love the woods of Pennsylvania and West Virginia. So when I get a chance, I'm actually from South Carolina. So when I get a chance, I'm either in Pennsylvania trout fishing or hunting in Pennsylvania or West Virginia. I haven't really fished much in West Virginia, just because your time's limited, and it got to the point where I just started fly fishing in trophy trout waters in South Carolina, actually in North Carolina, more so North Carolina, sometimes Georgia, but man, my time is limited, and I just I hate to say it, for what it's worth, just pay the money. I think it's like $100 for a half day, and that's all. I'm good for a half day, and then I can kind of like just sit down at a brewery, and don't make fun of my pronunciations either. A brewery, and have a beer, go over some notes, and just take in the local environment. Hell, in Georgia, that down in that area is really cool. People think of Georgia like in the South and everything, but it kind of like wraps around into the Smokies. It's actually pretty cool. If you get a chance to hell in Georgia, that's really good. It's kind of like a cliche town of an old German town, but they have an Oktoberfest that always goes on. I don't drink much beer anymore, so I'll have a few down if I'm in an event like that, or if I'm at fishing camp or hunting camp. But I seen something in the Pennsylvania game news that was really interesting. And, that's what this channel is mainly going to be about, is like more of the news and what I can bring to you. And there's just so much stuff out there. And guys, if we're not paying attention, this stuff's going to be gone in a heartbeat. These people want to probably take it from us, okay? And there's limited hunting land as it is, so we got to protect what we got and encourage more people to get out there and be hunters. There's a lot of regulation out there, so it's a lot to, have your hunter safety course, and then read this little booklet every year. Just in South Carolina, one time when I first moved down here, I was archery hunting, and I came across like there's 3 days where you couldn't hunt in the book, and I'm like, well, what's up with that? And I couldn't even find it anywhere. I'm like, why? This is the stupidest thing I ever heard of. And so I said, well, I'm just going to take the shotgun out for a walk, shoot some squirrels. I don't really eat squirrels too much, but just want to get out there. So I go back up into the wildlife management area, and coming out, I get stopped by the DNR. No big deal. Guns cased, unloaded, action open, everything's good. And he's asking me for my bear tag, and I thought he was saying deer tag, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't have no deer tags here. And a little back and forth, and I was like, buddy, I'm squirrel hunting. He's like, squirrel hunting? So he didn't even know it was even squirrel season, because I guess this guy was from another location. They sent him up here, and I made a mistake of saying, well, if you don't know the law, how am I supposed to know the law? Do not say that. He just gave, his attitude shifted towards me, and it's just like, but anyway, I was in the right. I'm glad I didn't shoot at any squirrels, because people would have thought there's like bear everywhere, like they're just mauling the hell out of me or something. So I thought that was an interesting take, and I could see where new hunters come on, and you go, or even moving to a new state, even here in South Carolina, where if you're not familiar with the laws, and it's like some of this stuff's not even in the book, and it's like it's kind of like tribal knowledge, or it's just crazy sometimes. But so make sure you read your books, your regulations, and if you're not sure, you got to call up the DNR. I mean, sometimes I'll call them up, I'll leave a message, I won't hear from for like 3-4 days. They'll finally get back to me, and half the time they don't even understand what I'm asking. Maybe it's the way I talk, I don't know. But Anyway, there's some Pennsylvania, they're going to be spraying for these, what the heck do they call it? They're spraying for some type of like caterpillar moths. Where'd this go here? The stuff's called Mimic LV. Mimic 2 LV. It is an effective insecticide, an insect growth regulator that was developed to control specific caterpillar pests that defoliate trees and forests. So basically, I don't know what the hell this is, so you're going to have to look that one up. Mimic 2 LV, labeled as Mimic 2 240 LV in Canada, but anyway. So apparently, from what I gather, that this thing's going to be controlling like the gypsy moths. I don't know if any of you guys remember the plague of these dang gypsy moths back in the day. This is like probably 2 decades ago. And basically they ate everything. They're all over the place. So from what I knowledge, from again tribal knowledge, it's like one man told another man and this man told this man and all this stuff, that they unleashed these black flies to eat these gypsy moths or something. So then you had this plague of like the black flies everywhere. You go out to your camp and they're on you. It's just like you got crap all over you or something. So anyway, apparently they developed a spray and they're going to be spraying. And this is what really got my attention. I didn't know this. Wait a little bit for that part that I didn't know. 62,000 acres in Pennsylvania are going to be spraying. You know, almost 63,000 acres. 63,000 acres. And I'm thinking, I didn't know Pennsylvania even had that many acres to hunt, you know, for game lands. So apparently, Pennsylvania has 1.5 million acres of state game lands. And I thought that was like just wild. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. This is what happened in West Virginia one time. They had a game lands. It was like a wildlife management area, as they called it. And they leased it. And then they lost their lease. And they lost it's like 18,000 acres. Pretty much in the middle of nowhere, because that's a lot of what West Virginia is. That's why I like it so much. But, you know, it's like if I would have known then the importance of this hunting land, I took it for granted, you know. And sometimes you get caught flat-footed and you're like, you know, trying to get that back, it's tough. I don't think you can get it back. But yeah, so apparently they're going to be spraying this stuff during gobbler season from end of May to end of April. When are they going to spray this stuff? If you go actually to the Pennsylvania Game Commission, it's actually on the Game Commission website, which is pgc.pa.gov, and just scroll down on the page, and there's going to be like the news, and it's right there. Game Commission announced spraying plans. So where'd that go here? I promise you I'll get a better job reporting on this stuff here. So they're going to spray late this spring. I thought it had a date on there. It's apparently going to spray some parks too. And this is like, as soon as I hear this spray, like I think Agent Orange. I'm like, this stuff's going to kill me or something 50 years down the road. I thought they said this project is expected to be completed by, wait a minute, no, that's not it. That's not it. Anyway, guys, if you're spring gobbler hunting in your own Game Commission lands and you see an aircraft flying over your head dumping stuff on you, that is what this stuff is. And let's do a search here. So the spraying will occur on 27 different state game lands, 63,000 acres in all. That will begin as soon as leaf out occurs. I guess that's when they bud, maybe. I don't really know what that means. And spongy moth egg masses hatch. likely in late April and May. So it's probably going on now. So if you're, like I said, if you're spring turkey hunting, fishing, and you see this aircraft flying over your head, dumping this spray on you, you know, it's probably this stuff here. So, man, take that for what it's worth. I don't know. I mean, yeah. So, okay. Well, that's all I'm going to talk about for this one. These are my new videos. I just got to get a little bit used to. I guess I got to get some more notes. Get some more notes going on here, but I don't know what this channel is mainly going to be about. I know it's going to be about like hunting and fishing, and the reason why is like, I don't know what else I can do to like make everyone self-aware of what's going on, protect their lands, and that way we can have it forever, and your children can have it, and you know, just enjoy. So the best time of my life was on these lands, so I really want to protect it. There's a few other things I always talk about. There's a lot of like experts in there, like in the health and fitness. By no means am I any of those, but there's goals that I have that are health goals. So I'm gonna maybe tell you what you're doing. If you can tell me like, hey, try this, try that. Basically, it's for like cardiovascular health. That's a leading cause of death in America, and during this other stuff that was going on, there was nothing that says, you know, should take care of yourself. You know, the obesity rate in America is it's freaking crazy. I mean, it's like, no wonder why the population birth rate's going down. No one wants to mate with a sponge or whatever you want to call these things, you know. So, but mine's mainly going to be based on like cardiovascular health, and I'll let you know what I'm doing with that and how it's been improving slowly, and it's a grind. It's like, really had to change the lifestyle. There's man, I wish I remember that quote. You know, I don't know what it is, but anyway, I have to do my lifestyle change, and a lot of it's going to be doing a more cardio type activity because I work in an office, so I do very little there. It's just I just sit like a sponge, and so I got to do a lot more cardio. I got to switch my diet up. I'm used to like steak and potatoes. There's going to be a lot of plant-based, and I hate that, but man, I tell you what, there's some really good meals out there, and I think spices are really what's going to save you. So hopefully, you know, I can let you know what I'm eating on that and how that's affected me. The biggest thing I can tell you right now is like your hypertension, high blood pressure. For me, what really helped it was losing weight. I'm not talking like, yeah, fat weight, but also like big weight, because I used to like lift a lot of weights, but not by any means shredded or anything, but I weighed a lot. And maybe, yeah, some was muscle, but let's be honest, you know, a lot was fat too. So I was probably around like 16, 17% body fat, you know, and my weight was, you know, it was like 215, and it's just, you know, just stuff I had to lose. And once I lost all that, it went from like, you know, 140 pretty much, and now the last, you know, I'm keeping it pretty good around like in the teens, like 115, 118. And the whole idea is like, you know, I don't want to be on a pill, and then, because sometimes, you know, I think the pill, you think you're safe, but you might not be safe. And the high blood pressure is like the silent killer. That I for sure I know. So anyway, that's what's going to go on with that. A lot of it too, I've dealt some like mindset books, just how to think better. Just, you know, anything from like the Bible, the book Mastery. I mean, they're all like Think and Grow Rich. I mean, all that stuff. Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie has some really good books out there, and they're over 100 years old, and they're great. And I listen to Audible on my commute to work, so I probably listen to his how to reduce anxiety and live probably at least once every 2 years. It's not that I have anxiety or I'm not living. It's just, it's a really good refresher when crap hits the fan like COVID. I don't know if I could say that. But when crap hits the fan, you know, you don't lose your crap pretty much, you know. It's just, you're more self-aware, and you can handle a lot better. All right, that's pretty much it. And guys, like I said, if just make a comment, I know this thing has been rattling on forever, and I'll try to do my best. If there's something you want to check out and look at, if you have another channel, please reach out. I mean, we're all in this together, and we gotta just protect these lanes. That's all I gotta say. Ethically.